Wednesday, September 13th, 2023 at 12:23 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Journaling. I've received a bunch of downloads yesterday, the other day, and today. My intuition is on fire and is heightened, so heightened around this time. There was just a full moon in Pisces on August 30th. Ever since then, up until now, my third eye and crown chakras have been giving me so much information. Through lessons learned and the release of repressed emotions, you get to backtrack and start a new path. I am jumping timelines. Also can be called a parallel shift or a paradigm shift. Once I decided to go on this spiritual journey, I had no clue what I was in for. It has been a lot, but it was all worth it. I had reached my limit within the direction of my past. I've literally outgrown it and had been suffocating. I am a lot more powerful and ambitious than I had been giving myself credit for. The healing of my past traumas and forgiveness to all past resentment, guilt, shame, and obligations has allowed me the capability to time travel into the future version of myself. This version of myself is living at the highest potential that I have in this lifetime. My higher self, aka Mystique, which is spelled Mystyk. My higher self, aka Mystique, is living with limitless potential, having transmuted all of her fears and pain into pure, unconditional love. So, I have limitless potential because I am vibrating at the highest frequency and energy known to man, which is love. But also, it's because I am it's because I am my full, authentic, living, One second. But also, it's because I am living authentically and basing my decisions from my heart. I am in complete alignment with my soul and my purpose for being here. It was not easy getting here, but I made it to the top of this mountain. In the complete darkness, I might add. The only guiding light there was unconditional love. I let love be my guiding light. I couldn't see. I could only feel. Love came in and shed its illumination of truth through my entire journey. Listening to my intuition and following the direction of my heart has been leading me in and has been the greatest gift I have given to myself. Thank you for bearing with me, guys. The ultimate gesture of love to me, balance. And I've earned this peace, this prosperity, this wealth, this serenity. I have earned every piece of this freedom. I kept the faith. I kept faith. No matter what my external situation and worldly matters, I still persevered. I sacrificed everything I once loved and known for a new way of living and loving. I earned this, all of this gift that I have given to myself, which is unconditional love, will now spread through all parts of my life. My children, family, partner, friends, hobbies, passion projects, home, money, my spirit, my soul. I most certainly will accept and receive my blessings of good karma coming back to me for my job and energy well done. I have nothing left to do but to be open to receive. My internal world is aligned and it's done with the purification process. I just need to relax, be in the present moment, and receive. Do nothing but receive and flow. My faith doesn't stop here. I have made the conscious decision to walk into my power, to continue walking by faith. I do not know where my heart will lead me. I only know that I will have the highest level of peace within, prosperity, wealth, and serenity. This is all I ever truly wanted and asked of God at the very beginning of this journey. Simply that I would be free from the burdens of my past. So not only am I free from the burdens of my past, I now get to live as a free spirit. I get to consciously co-create with the divine intelligence. They know about me in the spiritual realm. Okay, LOL. Freedom at last. Freedom at last. I did receive a specific download. I was told by Spirit that when we are seeing people happy, living within their authenticity, that we automatically associate their happiness with what they have. We see someone happy and living their best life, and we say to ourselves, what do I need to buy? Or who do I need to be in order to be happy like that? When in reality, we hold the key to our own happiness. Our heart knows what we want more than we do. But what happens is we go out and we get that job. We get that house. We get that girlfriend or boyfriend. We get those clothes. We start to act like this and talk like that, all of which does not serve us other than it being an illusion for what would truly fulfill us. Most people are living a life that is not theirs. It's someone else's dream or fulfillment. The only way to sustainable fulfillment is by listening to your intuition and following the direction of what your heart is calling for you to do. It is truly the path less traveled, and I understand why. It is also the path that's more rewarding, and I understand why as well. For me in particular, I had given up so many things that I loved just to jumpstart on this new journey. Stopped smoking weed, cigarettes, crack, cocaine, meth, dabs, and some more shit. I just got that job working for Comcast Network. This was the best job I had ever gotten. I was getting paid more than any other job I had in the past. I was working from home and I got a ridiculous amount of discounts on my cable, internet, home phone, and cell phones. I put in a resignation letter to this job because my intuition and my heart was calling me to. I did this without a backup job. I wound up having to surrender a luxury apartment. I had no money or an income coming in. I was forced to have to take my daughter out of school so she could live with her father. I had about 9 cats, including baby kittens that were birthed in my apartment a week before I had to leave my apartment because I could no longer afford it. I too had to give them up. I took them to an animal shelter. I miss all of them so very much. That same day, I left that apartment and drove my daughter 2 hours away to her father's. I had $0 and did not know where I was going to live. It was November 12th of 2021. In the Chicago winter snow, I sacrificed all, and I mean every single last one of my friends. I had to, because they were all drug addicts. I sacrificed being around my family or even speaking to them for most of my journey. This is because I needed to protect myself from negativity, smoke, and alcohol. I needed to protect my energy. I lived outside for 2 months in the dead winter cold in my car in Chicago, Illinois. This entire time, I was being led by my heart, listening to my intuition in the silence. So much alone time, so much uncertainty that surrounded me, both visually and with my mental chatter going on in my head. I only knew one thing, and that was me slowly being given crumbs of peace each step of the way. I'll say that again. I only knew one thing, and that was me slowly being given crumbs of peace each step of the way. This was because I was listening to something I could not see or necessarily hear. That's not easy to do, nor was it easy. Now, it's been over 2 years without an income. Besides working for Dollar General earlier this year, 2023, for 2 weeks. I went against my intuition on that. But I'm like, seriously, no money, no job, car broke down, no clothes, no shoes, don't know who I really am, don't know where I am going, don't know when I will have the peace that I was promised. The entire time I am watching people live their lives while I was in a different state of a time capsule. Time was and still is not running in the same way for me as everyone else is living it. It almost felt like time was slowed down in order for me to jam-pack so many awakenings into this time slot of 2 years. It's incredible how much I have grown out of who I used to be. If someone was to ask me, would I do it again? I'd say I'd rather not. However, absolutely I would, with no doubts. I believe most people in this world, if given a glimpse of no more pain and having complete freedom after just spending 2 years out of your entire life, If people were shown that they would make it, they would. Millions would take the healing journey. Millions would take the healing journey. People would sign up right now. But again, it's the path less traveled because it requires faith. Not a lot of people, just a tiny bit. But again, it's the path less traveled because it requires faith. Not a lot, just a tiny bit. But you must hold that faith through the unlearning you have to do, through the lessons you must learn, through the things, including people, that you have to let go. Basically, the entire battle through the darkness into the light. You are being tested with guilty pleasures, easy way outs, and more. You just have to decide not to give up or give in. You also have to accept your mistakes and slip-ups and get back to it, learning and growing constantly. There's absolutely nothing comfortable about the pain to peace, but only the fact that deep down you know it's yours once you complete your ascension process. It's just a deep knowing that comes over you. And again, through the whole process, we are given little crumbs of peace, and we begin to see a change within ourselves that's beneficial for us. For a while there, I had been trying to move forward with one foot on each path. God kept sitting me back down, and I see clearly now as to why. Spirit told me that I can receive now. I have passed and transcended my past. To receive is to accept the help and resources that are all around me. To use these resources to raise my vibration to the energetic frequency that matches to my harvest. This means walking in my power and authenticity of the direction of my heart now. Of the direction of my heart now that there are no more blockages. There were blockages on my path that was keeping me from being able to move further down the future path. Because I still was having one foot in the past and one foot in my future, I continuously kept trying to move forward in two different paths. Each time I was sat back down and had to figure out what was the snag that was holding me back. Each time I find something and release, try again, then realize there was still something from my past keeping me stuck. Then find it, or so I thought, but there was always more. Newsflash, there will always be more. You will always be able to surrender more and more and more. I'm knowing that now. That was a side note. I always intuitively felt there was more to release, so it was no real secret. However, I kept trying anyway by keeping up with my daily routines, continuing to build businesses, and really being faithful to my spiritual practices. Once I was good with routines again, then I would start making my move on my business ideas and neglect my daily routines. That was not by coincidence. It all kept bringing me back to something that I was holding on to from the past, that I was holding on to for dear life, I might add. I do believe it was past resentment from my mother's parenting. There was the lack of acceptance and resentment of my family as well. That was the last of it. Acceptance and forgiveness for my family, and also just recently for me. But this needed to be released on an energetic level, of course. That is pretty much the only way the universe communicates and understands the natural balance and law of karma. It's like a lie detector, bullshit detector, truth detector, and more. The universe, that is. The spirit never lies. Though the spirit couldn't lie even if it tried. Okay? Humans, on the other hand, forget about it. So basically, I am writing right now because I always do, LOL. No, but I am so happy. Hold on, Spirit wants me to repeat what I just said. That is pretty much the only way the universe communicates and understands the natural balance and laws of karma. It is a lie detector, bullshit detector, truth detector, and more. The universe, that is. The spirit never lies. The spirit couldn't lie even if it tried. Humans, on the other hand, forget about it. So basically, I am writing, Spirit, what do you want me to say? I keep being pulled back. I'm sorry, guys. 1 second. The universe, that is. The spirit never lies. The spirit never lies, though. The spirit couldn't lie even if it tried. Humans, on the other hand, we lie. So you can forget about it. Sorry, guys. Spirit is holding me here. I'm going to read it one more time. I'm sorry. I'm being called to. This is just what it is. Okay, so let's read this last part here. There was the lack of acceptance and resentment of my family as well. That was the last of it. Acceptance and forgiveness for my family, and also just recently for myself. But this needed to be released on an energetic level, of course. That is pretty much the only way the universe communicates with us and understands the natural balance of laws of karma. It's the universe is like a human, my God, am I going to get through this? The universe just said, you got this. Keep going, girl. Okay. That is pretty much the only way the universe communicates and understands the natural balance and laws of karma. If we are making sure that we are releasing resentment and releasing the burdens on an energetic level. Okay, that's what they wanted me to do. It's like a lie detector, bullshit detector, if you will, truth detector, and more. The universe, that is. So the universe is energetically, the universe is reading our energy. And based off of the energy that we are vibrating, that is how the universe communicates with us. And that is the natural balance and laws of karma. That's what they wanted me to say. Okay. I will keep going. So basically, I am writing right now because I always do. LOL. No, but I am so happy and proud of me. I can honestly sit here and say that there are no more blockages within my energy. Lies. There are no more snags over here. I know this to be true because I also intuitively feel the freedom. I feel no more blockages or any more lessons to be learned. It's over. A complete death of my past and me learning every single last lesson from it and truly forgiving it all and loving it all for what it was energetically. So yes, I have the green light. I'm ready to go right now. In my John Legend voice. I have not been keeping up on my routines or spiritual practices for about a month now. It was a bit rough. For a moment there, I thought about going back. I even tried smoking weed, hanging out in my old ways with family, hanging out with the same crowds at the club. I quickly realized that I've outgrown all that shit. I've outgrown it a long time ago. But this time, it's so real. It's not organic at all. Yeah, it's not organic at all. And I feel so out of place. Socially awkward and more. I couldn't even pretend anymore. And it's because I vibrate on a completely different level now. I am no longer a vibrational match to anyone, anything, or any places that I have been going with my mom. Spirit reminded me that whatever was manifested in my past has ended for me energetically. I now have to just be me. Hang with who I feel comfortable hanging with. Watch what I am comfortable watching. Literally be me and explore this whole new world and life that I have manifested. Spirit says I am not there yet energetically. And that's why I do not resonate with anything or anyone around me. It is also why not much is happening here. It's time for me to give it another go. Although I am so very exhausted, I now have to get back control of the chatter in my mind. I have to get my shadow and my heart back into alignment with one another, operating on one accord. This I have been trained by my spiritual team to do. I know exactly what to do and just how to do it. This time, Spirit has assured me that there will not be a snag or blockage. I am free sailing from that point on. The harvest has always been here. There are bagged up gifts on top of gifts that has been waiting for me to reach the energetic frequency of who I am from the heart in order to be capable to receive it. I was never waiting on it. It has been waiting on me. The best part about my current position was actually the worst part of this journey for the most of this process. It's that I still do not know where my heart will take me in life. A lot of the healing process was surrendering control and letting go of outcomes. Now that I write that, that is exactly what put me here. I was able to energetically surrender my full, complete self to the divine and to my heart over everything. Finally releasing the past. Finally and energetically, I have surrendered, Spirit. I am so excited to start fresh as someone who has reached my higher self, mystique. As someone who will now embody the highest version that God has to offer me in this lifetime. Something I've prayed for so many years. I am excited to be used by God for the greater good of all, the one love. I'm okay with not knowing. I see the power of hope, faith, and peace. I do what I am supposed to do, and the universe delivers. Leave the worrying up to God. All I'm asked to do is follow my heart, prime or empower my spirit, and continue to dream as big as I possibly can. Imagination, love, and divine connection on repeat mode. I love you, Ashanti. Thank you for your hard work and dedication. The universe rewards the brave. Karma will always be here to serve justice. Baby.